Okay, year 9, so you should have watched the two videos that I have posted on the scale of the universe and the star size comparison. They're really short, but they're really effective. And actually, there's a lot of really good videos on the scale of the universe. You can be there for ages watching this stuff. So I'll maybe see if I can hunt out another couple of videos for you, because there's no denying it, it is interesting. So we're just going to go through the notes on the universe here and fill them in, okay? So what's beyond our solar system? So let's get going. Our sun is a star, which is just one of many millions of stars which make up the Milky Way, and the Milky Way is the name of our galaxy. So you should have seen that in those videos, well, the scale of the universe one anyway. It goes through all this stuff and does it in a much more interesting way than I would. So a galaxy is a collection of stars that have collected together, and the Milky Way galaxy is a spiral galaxy that looks something like this. Now, it's impossible to count every star, but estimates have put the number of stars in the region of 500,000 million stars. So if we were to write that as a number, 500,000 million stars. So whenever you see it written like that, you do see how big a number it actually is, rather than just reading out the words. Whenever you see it with all the zeros, it does sort of emphasize that point. Right, so over the page then, what's the difference between a solar system and a galaxy? Well, a solar system is just one star and any planets that may be surrounding it. So for us, obviously, that is our sun and the 8 planets that are surrounding it, and all the other stuff, so the asteroid belt or any comets and things like that. So a solar system is just one star and anything that is orbiting around it. And a galaxy, really, I suppose, is a collection of solar systems. I would describe it as a collection of stars, because we don't know if every star does have things like planets orbiting around them. We know of many that do, but we don't know for sure if they all do. So let's get that written in. So a solar system consists of one star and anything orbiting it. So planets and anything else. A galaxy is a collection of stars. Oh, it's not even on the screen properly, sorry. Okay. So the nearest star, obviously, to Earth is the Sun, but if we are talking about the nearest star that is closest to our solar system, then that's called Proxima Centauri. Now, Mrs. Turner always tells me I am pronouncing that wrong, so I think the way I have just pronounced it is right. Proxima Centauri. Hopefully she'll be happy with that. But that is the nearest star to us, and there's a little bit actually that we'll be doing in the next lesson about how far away that actually is and how long it takes the light to get to us, but I'll not do any spoilers just yet. Okay, so that is the nearest star apart from the Sun. The nearest galaxy to the Milky Way is called the Andromeda Galaxy. So it's really far away, and the distance from our Sun to the centre of Andromeda is, and I need to draw my commas to figure this number out, so 24 million kilometres away. And scientists think that there are about 70,000 million stars in the universe. So this is quite a good little technique that we're going to look at. So they don't like just count every single star and just like have a tally and keep it going. There's a similar technique that we can think through of something that makes a bit more sense to us. So if you're given a book and it has 1,000 pages in it, how could you estimate the number of words in the book? So instead of you counting the number of words on every single page in the book, you could pick one page at random and count the number of pages on that, or just count the number of words on that, and multiply that by the number of pages in the book. And that's going to give you a pretty decent estimate of the number of words. So let's write that in. Okay, so I saved you the bother of watching me sit and write that out, but do make sure that you pause this and get that written in. So you're going to want to count the number of words on one page and then multiply that by the number of pages, and that's it. Remember, it's just an estimate for the number of words in the book. It's not going to be an absolute, definite, exact right number for the number of words in the whole book. So that is a very, very similar technique to what scientists have done to estimate the number of stars in the universe. So let's have a little read of this bit here. So scientists have used telescopes to look at a strip of the night sky, and in that strip they found about 10,000 galaxies. Then they measured the brightness of each galaxy. So measuring the brightness is an indication of how many stars are in that galaxy. So the brighter the galaxy, the more stars are going to be in it, and the dimmer the galaxy, the less stars are going to be in it. Now obviously it's a lot more complicated than what we are saying here now, but we're just going over like a simplified version of what they would do. So from this they worked out how many stars there were in each galaxy, and then the strip of the sky. That number was then multiplied by the number of similar sized strips needed to cover the entire sky. So this little book analogy is quite a good one for getting that the idea of that into your head. So on page 166, this is the last thing that we need you to do for today. I probably will look up another couple of cool videos for you to watch just because they're fun. So on page 166, you have this picture here that was taken of the night sky. And what we need you to do is try and work out the number of galaxies in the picture. So we're not asking you to sit and count every single little dot on the page, but if you could apply the book technique to this, so if you split this up into like a grid, count the number of galaxies in one square of your grid and then multiply by the number of squares. And we should see that there's a lot of variation in the answers that everyone gets for this, because whenever we do this in class it's always completely different for everyone. So it's just showing you that it's not an exact number that we're going to get, but we can do our best to do an estimate. Okay, make sure your grid is evenly spaced out, so get a ruler and measure it, and don't just do like random size squares because that's not going to work. We want to do it as best as we possibly can. Okay, see you next day for the next little bit about space distances. Bye!